Right, hello everybody. Today on my Citroen C4 Grand Picasso, I am going to be replacing an O-ring between the turbo and intercooler feed pipe to stop a lot of oil getting everywhere. I hope you enjoy. So this is the area we're going to be looking at today. I have a red arrow here pointing to the turbo. If you can hear me over my son in the other room, as usual. A blue arrow pointing to the intercooler inlet feed pipe, and circled here in red between the two flanges there is an O-ring, which I know is damaged on this because it was when I reassembled it all before, and it's not going to magically fix itself. So we'll get on with a bit of video now. We'll do a bit of analysis before and after, and get on with replacing that O-ring. Right, now I don't have to do this as part of the repair, but I did remember seeing a boost pressure in one of the diagnostics menus, so I've just come on to do a before and after check, but I've done a full system check. Accelerator PDOS signal, not too bothered by that, to be honest. Yeah. Pneumatic suspension, battery voltage, right, yes, I'm not too bothered by that either because the engine isn't on and the battery might be a bit low, 10.5 volts, yes, so right, I'm not worried about them. So let's just go home, repair. I'm guessing it would be in engine management. Personalised parameter measurements, we'll have a look at that. Fuel flow, main injector, no, diesel output delivered, but no. Wow, you can actually see a whole heap of information there. Well, I'll turn on, is that engine speed? Engine speed. Maybe air intake circuit then, Turbo pressure measured, right. So, we'll turn on both of those. Okay. Right, now let's turn the engine on, give it a bit of a rev, and see what happens. Pause it, can I pause it? Okay. So yeah, I went to pretty much max revs, about 5,000 RPM, and boost pressure went up to 2 bar. So I'm going to replace the O-ring now, coming off the turbo, and just see whether that does change at all. Hoping you can well, you're not going to be able to see this bolt. I'm just undoing the Jubilee clip, holding this pipe on to the intercooler. I can undo this bolt. I'm quite surprised really at how much oil is blowing past this. I wouldn't expect any to be honest. And then the pain bolt. I can't even get this socket off. Under here. Now, this O-ring seal, if you've watched many of my other videos, when I was doing work on the intercooler and other bits, this pipe has been off and on a few times, and the sealing ring, which I'm about to replace, did just get all torn up. Right, so that is that. Don't want to lose that. So, I should now be able to close that pipe off there. This just spins up and out the way. And for most jobs you don't have to take this off, but for this I do. And yes, you can see clearly it has actually completely split. So let me go and get my replacement. And what I am going to do beforehand is just give this groove a clean out, make sure there's no bits in there that are going to tear up the new O-ring. Piece of it stuck on the inside there. And I'm going to give it all a wipe down as well. Not too bad, to be fair. Then one lovely new O-ring. I'm just gonna tease that over there, and then just a bit of Vaseline. It's a good general purpose lube for things like this because it's petroleum jelly, so the worst it is going to do is burn off. I hope you saw what I was doing then, just running a bit round there to let it slide in as easy as possible, and hopefully not tear my brand new O-ring up. Slide that home, slide this on down, I'm going to put that bolt in first. Yes, let's get this one in. Don't need to do it up particularly tight right now. Get this pipe over there. And this is the worst bit of it all, this spring clip holding the pipe on. Just getting the first bit started. It's just probably going to fly off. Come on. Come on. Please. Oh, golly. My hands are particularly childlike as well, so this, I have to say, this is in a fairly awkward position here. Done. So, just now. This Jubilee clip to do on. And that is that done. I am going to clean it up. I will show you cleaning as well, because I've got a great cleaning solution for it. Let's go and check the boost now. I mean, with it going up to 2 bar, I don't think it's supposed to be doing that much more than that anyway. I mean, it seems quite a lot to be fair, but we'll go and check it now. No, we won't. What we'll do is we'll tighten this up. There. Now we'll go and check it. Right, so I've just rebooted it, give it a little check. It is working. I mean, that's only gone up to 1040 millibar, so we'll go and give it a boot now and see what happens. Oh, interesting. That looks less than before. Let's go and try it again. Yeah, again. Looked to be around 2000 last time. I'll have to recheck the video, and this is obviously peaking at about 1800. So I don't know why all them are there. If those figures are correct, I can pause this now. I've just reduced my boost pressure by replacing an O-ring. I can't see that that's possible, but I'll go into that in my conclusion. But for now, that is that job done. Now, any regulars to the channel will know I found this, I think it's called Stone White engine degreaser. Just bought it off eBay. It's really strong stuff, really good. I've diluted it down in this bottle, and let's just go and give it a spray and show you how well it works. As you can see, I've got a fair bit of oil all over the turbo, around the back. It's not a miracle solution, but I found it to be so much better than things like Gunk, WD-40, a lot of other things you generally use. So you can pretty much see that is just by spraying it on, no agitation with anything. Just clean that off really, really well. No agitation been done to that. You can see the bare metal back underneath. Quite frankly, I'm really impressed with that stuff. Otherwise, like I say, I wouldn't be telling you about it, to be fair. Now I'm just going to give it a quick wipe over just to dry some of it off. Look at that. No rinsing, no brushing, no hassle, no needing to spray with anything else. you just spray it on, and the dirt and grease and grime just falls off your engine. Brilliant stuff. So, in the before trace that I got of turbo pressure, you can see arrowed here in red is the measured boost pressure. On the left hand side, the yellow arrow is pointing to the millibars, and that to me pretty looks like about 2 bar, 2000 millibar. So that's where I started with the split O-ring. After replacing it, you can see here the peak I got. Again, the measurement is in red, with the scale on the left showing about 1800 millibar, so kind of 10% less on when the O-ring was split. And generally, you know, in turbo engines, more boost is more power, so that's what you want. A little bit confusing, but in my own head, I've tried to rationalise how that has happened, but there are a couple of reasons. Let's just talk through what happens first. So the turbo spins up, pushing the compressed air up and through the intercooler feed pipe, and of course the same amount of air that is compressed gets pushed through that pipe and into the intercooler. But as this seal is leaking effectively, air can get in and out of it, and my thinking is, with the high pressure, high speed air going past that joint, it could actually be sucking air in through the split, so there is now more air in the intercooler feed pipe, with the turbo pressure sensor being after the intercooler in this area circled red here. That extra air that is being sucked in is what is causing the higher pressure than expected. And of course, when you lift off the throttle and the throttle closes, the turbo is still spinning, the air's got nowhere to go because the engine isn't trying to draw any in, so you get a bit of back pressure then through the intercooler and the pipe leading up to the turbo, so any air and oil mist is then forced out of where that O-ring split was, which is what was causing the turbo to get visibly oily on the outside. That is one theory on why the before with a damaged O-ring is showing higher pressure than the after the new O-ring has been fitted, and equally why there is oil, mist and well, spray effectively leaking over the turbo. The other possible scenario is I didn't gather enough data, and if I'd bothered to do a few more runs before and after, or even do runs under load rather than just in neutral on the drive, I might have got a better picture of things and been able to really analyse the differences between the split O-ring and not. So that is something I can learn for future videos and my own knowledge base, but it didn't really affect the job at all. It was just them 3 bolts that need undoing, the Jubilee clip and 2 on the intercooler feed pipe. New O-ring gone, slot it all back together, and I should now keep a nice clean turbo and engine bay. Don't think performance is really going to be affected. But that is it. Job done. So, a curious one this. With the O-ring split and damaged, I had more boost pressure than with a O-ring fitted. Although, as I says a few seconds ago, a bit more data gathering could have confirmed one way or the other whether that is true information or not. But I didn't do it. If I wanted to, I could remove the O-ring, do a few more pressure tests to see what it's kicking out, refit the O-ring again, do a few more tests, and get a bunch more data to actually see what happens when the O-ring is fitted and when it isn't. But ultimately, the O-ring should be there. It is now there. I should have no more oil leaks coming out over the turbo area. Because, let's face it, turbo does get quite hot if you're getting oil over it. There is a possibility it could ignite, which is not something I want or I would wish on anybody. So don't go taking your O-ring out thinking you're going to get more boost, because like I say, I can't categorically confirm that will happen. Let me know what you think in the comments could have caused those readings, and whether my thoughts on why it was reading what it was reading you agree with or think are nonsense. And you know, if you got anything out of this at all, if it was any help for you, if you're looking to do this job yourself, if you have similar sorts of oil over your turbo, hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Every little job I do on the car I will be uploading to YouTube, so if you do have one of these, not just the Citroen C4 but the 1.6 HDI engine, they could be of some use to you and save you a few pounds at the garage. But with that, this video is over. Thank you very much for watching. Do take care everybody, stay safe, peace.